Joining us now to review some of the headlines from today's newspapers from around the world is our Eyes News analyst, Emmanuel Afeni. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hawa. Good afternoon, Temitope.
Good afternoon.
Yes, of course, the breaking news you just read, ASU, and much earlier, the PDP, I don't want to call them faction yet, the group within the PDP that are angling for IU to step down. When we thought perhaps some semblance of settlement or resolution of the crisis within the PDP, here we are with that breaking news. Wike's group pulls out of Atiku's campaign. Right now, I don't think the presidential candidate of the PDP will be sitting easy if he's sitting somewhere, because clearly there is a divide within the party, and the number of Wike group we saw there, clearly these are political bigwigs in their own right. What it tells you is that what they have done so far to placate Jens Wike and his group has not really hit the nail. And their zero-sum request is that IU should step down. And the former governor of Plateau State who addressed that gathering also, I think hit on the point, because IU's role, which many of us have said in the past, was clear indiscretion immediately after the convention, when he went to visit Tambuwal, hugged him, hailed him as the real hero of the convention. I think that in itself told a story that all the while the chairman of the party was playing to a particular result, and Aminu Tambuwal enabled that result. And for a chairman, even if you have preference, you must behave like Caesar's wife and live above board. To tell all that they are running on a level playing field. So whatever intrigue went into Tambuwal stepping down for Atiku to swing what looked like a Wike victory in the making, IU must have been part of it. And you can see that is why they are insistent on IU going. Not just the fact that, oh, the presidential candidate is from the north, so the chairman should come from the south. There's more to it. Because even Chief Olabode George, who read that statement from the group, we recall in 2014, no, not 2014, in 2007, when Yaradua was running, Yaradua was a northern candidate. The chairman of the party was Ali from the north, and Olabode George was one of the he was the deputy chairman south. So it's not as if it's a strange occurrence, as it were. Amadu Ali was the chairman, Olabode George was the deputy chairman south. Yaradua was the presidential candidate. The heavens did not fall. So it tells you that there is more to it than just that, oh, chairman from the south, from the north, presidential candidate from the north. No. Clearly, the issue is that IU, they want him to pay for this sin, in quotes now, of not providing a level playing field, or being part of whatever intrigue to ensure that Atiku wins. That's what you are seeing playing out. So what should Atiku do now? If I were in his shoes, I would dispense with IU. I would ask IU to just do the honorable thing, step down on your own. You can always compensate him if and when you win. But to do nothing, this group, they are not working out of the PDP yet, but they are saying they are not part of Atiku's campaign. And that is a major setback for the PDP candidate right now. And it's something he has to address. If he cannot unify his party, and he's saying he is a unifier who wants to unify Nigeria, then there will be a question mark about his capacity to unify Nigeria. So that's so much for Atiku. And
but
the Wike group, yes.
I'm just wondering, how will this battle, so to speak, affect Seyi Makinde of your state?
Well, Sheyi Makinde has seen, of course, clearly is one of the Wike group persons. He is pursuing a second term. So how he will campaign for himself and not campaign for Akitu remains to be seen. But again, because the elections are almost 2 weeks apart, so perhaps, but to be fair to this group, they don't want to leave the PDP. They want to be treated better, fairly within the PDP. And as it stands, Akitu, the presidential candidate, and all those on his side, they have an edge. And these guys are saying, we have not won the election. You have taken almost everything. If we win, what will be in it for us? But they also have to be careful because the train can leave you at the station.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because recall that they did not participate in the Osun election. Sheyi Makinde, who is the leader of the PDP in the Southwest, did not participate in the campaigns, but they won. So they have to be also careful to ensure that they are part of the train. But Akitu has his work well cut out for him. And this will test his political sagacity going forward. And to have these guys outside your campaign and they're still within your party,
it's dangerous.
It's dangerous, yes.
Dangerous.
It's better you have them inside than for them to be outside. And going forward, if you don't resolve this issue, you don't know what will be their next step.
True.
Yeah.
And that was what the PDP suffered in 2014, recall when the group that called themselves the New PDP walked out of a convention. And the rest, as they say, is history. And of course, how they teamed up with the emerging APC then. And
APC took
it was very easy for APC to take the election then. Well, ASU,
Yes.
the industrial court,
Breaking news.
yes, has given the academic staff union of universities ordered them to go back to work. Well, ASU should not see this as a defeat. They have to obey the law because that's what the court has said. However, for the federal government, this is like Pyrrhic victory. If they don't go ahead and address the issues raised by ASU, then it's only a matter of time. We'll come back to this. So the effort being made by Gbajabiamila, Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, in bringing all parties, the federal government team and the team of the academic staff union to the table, I think it should continue along that line so that the issues involved can be resolved to a great extent. So that the order for ASU to go back to work, there will also be an obligation for the federal government to meet ASU also somewhere along the line. Because clearly the federal government cannot meet all the demands. They have said so, but they should be able to meet substantial part of their demand so that nobody is losing face. The winner in this should be the university system, the public university system, and the students who have been sitting at home for the past 7 months.
Can ASU appeal this ruling?
Well, but first they have to obey that court ruling. Otherwise, to do otherwise will be not obeying the law. First, even if there is any room for that, they have to comply with the ruling of the court. More so when there's already an effort to ensure that the federal government also meets its obligation, has been championed by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila.
Well, all is to be seen. It will definitely be played out in the pages of our newspapers and on television, and this is just one tragedy after another. Well,
we're seeing some resolutions. ASU go back to work, they're going back to work, and there's an effort, we want to say, by a party that Femi Gbajabiamila, the House of Representatives Speaker, looks like a neutral party in this matter. But again, the National Assembly has a duty to ensure that whatever is agreed to pay more for education is put in the budgets so that there will be no excuse going forward for not funding university education properly and meeting some of those obligations we, the federal government, has to not only the teachers, but to the university system to ensure that the public university system is up to speed, up there with private universities and in universities elsewhere in the world.
All right. Well, Mr. Afeni, thanks as always for coming in to update us on those stories.